Okay, so we have gathered today to discuss on the topic called cybersecurity. I think most of you will be well aware of it. So moving on to the first slide of this. So as we all know that cybersecurity, it refers to the technologies and processes that is designed basically to protect our computers as well as networks and data so that it doesn't get hacked or doesn't get like access from other on unauthorized sources. Okay. So we will basically talk about like how can we keep ourselves safe? How can we keep our devices safe from all the cyber attacks that is happening these days? Okay. So why cybersecurity at all? Because it helps us to protect data and information. It prevents from unauthorized access and it controls web portals and safeguards from the various viruses that may arise. Okay. So there are a few points that we need to keep in mind when we are using any devices or when we are connected to the internet. First of all is passwords. Like we should focus on creating strong passwords by using a combination of letters, numbers, and special characters wherever it's necessary. Okay. We should focus on avoiding passwords that are basically very much closely related to our personal information that can be easily accessed or guessed. Okay, so by personal information we basically mean anything related to our name or anything related to the date of birth, something bank account. Okay, so these details we'll try to avoid while creating a password. Okay. Again, use numbers and symbols to create words that can be found in any dictionary of any language. So it should not be any kind of a word that can be easily spelled or that we can easily find in dictionary. We'll try to avoid those kind of sentences or those kind of phrases or words while creating passwords. Okay. We'll try to create a mixture of everything, numbers, words, as well as special characters. So first one is that antivirus. You can use a good well-known software, antivirus softwares to keep your like Windows and Ubuntu's safe. Okay, you can set up automatic scans. Manually, you can scan files which you will receive from outside. Try to scan it and regularly update software to get latest features. Like whatever new features you can find out, you should definitely try to update it and like work on it. Next thing is that firewalls. Use a good well-known software. Here also you can do the same thing like scans and these things. And firewalls basically they act as a shield for your computer or network. They help your network to get protected from the unnecessary traffics. The basic work of firewall is all that about. It provides a kind of a security shield to talk about. Next is secure sites and cookies. So try to access those sites which are secured and check that if the website is having a valid certificate or not. Cookies store information about you and your browsing habits. So try to check out that the cookies which you are acknowledging or accessing, they are not from any unauthorized sources. Okay. So to increase your level of security, what you can do is that you can adjust your privacy and security settings on your browser whenever you are browsing anything. Okay. Next is another kind of issue we face is phishing. So phishing scams trick users into divulging sensitive data or downloading malware and exposing themselves or their organization. It's like they will act as a kind of someone who is very known to you or will try to provide you with sites or some things that is very close to your known things. So ways to avoid, how can you avoid these kind of scams? You should think before you click on any random emails and instant messages. Okay, verify a site security before accessing it. Keep your browser up to date and be wary of the pop-ups that is coming up. You can avoid also downloading unnecessary files and details. Okay. Again, one more crime or one more scam we face is impersonation attack. It's a type of targeted phishing attack where a malicious actor pretends to be someone else or other entities to steal sensitive data from unsuspecting employees using social engineering tactics. So it's basically a kind of a thing where you will be manipulated or where you will be influenced by a victim. Okay, you will be influenced to you will be influenced basically to use those sites or you access those mails or messages. Okay, you will be tricked into that basically. So you can avoid this by unusual request for sensitive or classified information, urgent problems that require your immediate attention, and misspelled email address. Sometimes you can find email addresses that will have a spelling error, so you can definitely understand from by that that it's a kind of an impersonation attack and it's not a true or email that we should access or reply back to. Okay. Is everything making sense?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So moving over to the next point, like the cousin domain. So a cousin domain impersonation attack is when an attacker creates a false company website or email nearly identical to official organization websites using the wrong domain codes. So a few days back, we have also faced this issue in our company as well, where we have seen messages or emails coming up very close to our own mail IDs that we make, but that were not true mails or that were not something that went from our company's end. It was someone trying to like copy it or manipulating it. So how can we avoid that? If such situations arises, we should try to firstly avoid responding to that mails, and we should also try to avoid logging into the unknown sites, and we should keep rechanging our passwords on timely basis. If we keep on changing our password, it will be safer for us. Okay. So what should you do if you receive an unknown mail? This, I think most of you will have this question in mind, like that if you receive an unknown mail, or if sometimes it has happened with you, you have received an unknown mails. So what you should have done or should do. So first of all, you should avoid clicking on any links or attachments in the message. If there is any kind of attachment you find in the mail, try not to clicking on it or opening it. Report the dicey mail or the message which you will find a little unclear or a suspective message. If you find, you should immediately report it to your higher authority, and you should try deleting those mails or messages. Okay. Next is that what should you do if you think your password or sensitive information was compromised? If you found that your password sometimes seems to be compromised, then you should first of all think of changing your password. Second, you should go up for two-factor authentication. I think you all know about this. Do you all?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thirdly, you should go for check for malware and viruses in your computer, that whether you have got viruses or not. Next, you can change your security questions. And lastly, you can also enable multi-factor authentication, okay, for having a good secured and safe cyber journey, right? So this is all I had today to share with you all regarding the various guidelines or regarding the various steps we can take whenever we are accessing or using the internet. Any questions, anyone?
Thank you, Kamal.
Thank you, Kakoli, for this. Yeah, good, good
Yeah,
information
Kakuli,
actually.
do you have any live example like how spam message or emails comes? Do you have any live example?
Yeah. Sure. I am sharing my screen
You can please
and
share that.
let you all, yeah, show this.
So the attackers are mainly targeting the people who joined recently. New joinees are mostly targeted.
And how they know that these are new joinees?
That's like surprising. Maybe
Yes.
somehow they find out. And how they find out their email address is another question.
Yes.
Is my screen visible to y'all?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So Amit, you can see here that one of the mail that we have received, that is Atif, he's the new joinee here. So he has received a mail from somewhat called inzint.private.limited@gmail.com.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody
And
shared
you
a
can read
screenshot
the
also.
information also, which is very close to what we generally talk about.
Got.
Yeah.
Kakoli, someone sent you a screenshot recently, last week
Yes,
only, or
yes,
this week?
yes, Atif.
Atif
Yeah.
only, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Atif, can you tell like what happened?
Yes, Atif, please share your experience.
Yeah. Hi, team. Yeah, I've been targeted several times on my personal email ID as well as the company mail. That Jay is asking me to do a task on kind of research on Apple gift cards so that he can distribute among employees to have a kind of a surprise. So let me share my screen. I'll let you know. This one. So first I received that key. So like someone who recently joined, so he'll be. I mean, curious about. I mean, he must be curious that it has to be kind of from official mail. So I was the same. Ki, are you occupied at the moment? I mean, it's like the original one. The and yeah, I've replied that I have been involved in this project. Then he said this I'll be needing a handle task, so you can clearly see it's kind of I also requested him to join over the team for more clarity, so he declined that I won't be able to join. Please uh, share me details here.
Yeah, looks like very genuine. At least looking at the
Yeah.
name, they
Yes.
know Jaideep Goyal and everything. But yeah, as soon as you look at the email address of Jaideep, you find out this is not the right email address.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
But the new joinees would sometime get fall for it. They get caught into the trap.
Yeah. And it's very close to like what we just now talked about, the cousin domain, where they are basically trying to act as someone who is known to us and then putting us on trap.
Yes.
Yes.
Got.
So best thing in situation, if you have suspicion, delete the email. There is a report button also. You can report the email as phishing. That this thing you can do. You can still take a screenshot and send it to the person. For example, Jaideep के नाम से email आया है. Then you can take the screenshot and send it to Jaideep on chat, uh, on Teams, to ask, कि Jaideep, you really sent this email? It looks suspicious to me. That way you can approach. At any cost, do not share your personal phone number, personal email ID, WhatsApp number, or or if the bank account details, anything they ask, they never do that. Nobody will ask you those details, not even anyone in the company. So never fall into that trap. That's my suggestion. Rest, we can only educate you. It's always your intelligence that you use to avoid such problems. Yeah. Atif, go ahead.
Yeah, because I reported to this particular mail and connected with Kakoli on this on the same day. So she provides I mean, the suspicious acts details on that.
Great. Thank you, Ati, for making everyone aware of this.
Thank you.
Anyone has similar experience recently?
No.
No.
All right, we are on time. Let's conclude the session. Anyone
Yeah,
want to add something or ask any question?
yes. Please go on, anyone.
Yes, I have a concern. I mean, what precautionary action you are going to take care of it? I mean, I got hit by on my personal ID itself. I mean, the form looks like the same Mohini shared with me, the onboarded form. So I mean, she was, I mean, pretty, I mean, quite responsive. And at the same time, the moment I received the same mail, she got in touch with me that don't respond to that mail.
So one thing we are doing is that we give restricted access to our own people also, so that nobody has access to the entire database of all this stuff. One is that thing. Secondly, we do not list any email ID anywhere on the website or etc. Like if you see company website also, we just list the person's first name only. उसके अलावा कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन किसी की ईमेल आईडी फ़ोन नंबर एटसेट्रा नहीं डालते हैं, उनका कोई यूआरएल वगैरह भी नहीं. So that's another step we have taken. Third is like educating everyone, like the we are doing it now. And just if you ask the people in the company who have been here for a long time, we do this session every 3-4 months. Even if you know, we keep you reminding it that these things are happening.
Okay.
So we keep educating the people. So that's and unless we really find out like how somebody is getting access to email ID of somebody, it's hard to completely eliminate this problem, completely mitigate the issue.
Okay, gotcha.